Hey friends out there in YouTube land, Rob here, and today I'm coming at you talking about the VertiCam by YoloLiv Technologies. This is a great camera right here. It's a live streaming tool that works for vertical video. And yesterday I made a really great video about it, just kind of giving my overview. I think this is an amazing camera. But people ask the question, Rob, is the video just oriented in the vertical orientation, like portrait? Can't you at all ever use it for landscape? That's the question that we're gonna be answering right now, but I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert. You're looking at it right now through landscape orientation. So, does it look great? Stick around, I think we're gonna talk about that now. Before we do, I wanna let you know that everything right now is just being recorded into the YoloBox Pro. I'm gonna give you a look around all of the set in the studio. We're gonna have two cameras that are gonna show you different things, which are gonna be the VertiCam. Then I'm gonna have a main camera in the back just to kind of give a walk around and show you some of the different things that I use, just to kind of give you an idea of what we're working with here. All of this being recorded on YoloBox means that we're gonna record at the YoloBox encoding setting. In this case, I'm doing 1080p, 30 frames a second at 50,000 kilobits per second. Generally speaking, I would record this kind of a setup using my Ninja V, but in this instance, I'm just gonna record it right here. I found that recording in DNX HD, the beautiful 422 10-bit video that comes out in 1080p, up to 60 frames a second from the VertiCam is stunning. You're gonna love it. Look at this, you love it now. In fact, that being the case, let's go ahead and show you a little bit off of the studio. And keep in mind that as you're looking around, the studio itself, well, it's under construction. We just moved just a little while ago. So here we go back again. I want to go ahead and bring you up and just give you an overview, a look at the entire area. So this is what my camera in the back that you see right there, that's the HCX 2000, the 1500, the CX10 is providing this image. And what's important that you can see right now is that we've got YoloBox, we've got all the lighting that's going on over here, we've got a VertiCam. This one is on. Actually, I've put some tape over the front because I didn't want to control both of them with this particular controller. We've got my second VertiCam right here. This is the rig that I would usually use in a setup like this. It's kind of amazing when you think about just the different size. You can look right there, you know. This is also a 1-inch sensor device. I like it quite a bit, but again, it's a size kind of thing. Now you'll notice if you look right here, you can already see how we got VertiCam to shoot horizontal video. And you might say to yourself, good Lord, why do we have to turn it sideways? Why couldn't we just use it regularly? Well, we are using it regularly. VertiCam is made to be put on the wall, on the ceiling, under a table, on a tripod like you see there. And we've also got a camera. This camera right here, this is Fujifilm's Instax Mini Evo. We all know that it shoots in the vertical orientation as well because it shoots Instax Mini film, and that's a vertically oriented film. Just like this camera is made for vertically oriented video first, think about those guys that are doing Instagram, TikToks, and different live feeds like that. Wouldn't you love to have vertically oriented video? Well, YoloLiv's got you covered. But this camera is actually so great, in fact, I say just tilt it to the side to get your portrait orientation, just like I would with any Sony camera or regular camera that I use for weddings and videography, stuff like that. I want to show you right here. Okay, so this is the VertiCam, of course, and as you can see, the VertiCam is in the regular orientation right now. If we were to switch and look through the video that the VertiCam is producing, you would see that it's producing sideways oriented video. And it looks like we're a little bit out of focus right now. That's okay. Look, check it out. When we twist the camera, we go ahead and we get our vertical switch to horizontal orientation. And there you go. This is the video that it sees right now. As you can see, this is the other part of my house and home. What a beautiful image that it's got right there. Okay, now that we're back over here, you can see that it's pretty simple. The camera is oriented just the way that we want it. We can adjust it in any other direction that we'd like. But in order to get that vertically oriented video, all we needed to do was turn the camera that 90 degrees. Pretty simple. And I want to bring up the on-screen display of the main camera right here. So we're actually going to go out to this little zoomy zoom, switching over right there real nice. Now you can see me, this is a nice, pretty, kind of a wide shot. We're actually a medium shot, I would say, more like that. You can see my background and everything. When we turn the camera 90 degrees, we also turn the menu 90 degrees, which is okay, don't fret my pet. And here you can see on the screen what the menu looks like. Now, this is what I want to share with you more than anything else today, other than this little idea of turning it sideways, but check this out. This image is coming to you with auto exposure on, auto compensation, but we've got quite a bit of things that we can do here. We've got dynamic range control, and if we just go ahead and turn our exposure mode off from, of course, auto to manual, you can see just how bright we can actually get. Right now we're at a gain setting of 1, and we are at 1/30th of a second, and as you can see, it's too bright. Go ahead and move our shutter up to about 1/60th, we're at f1.8, and we've got this thing right here called dynamic range compensation or dynamic range correction. And right here we can see that this is really a highlight and shadows tool. Just look at that. I seem to like it set on 3, and gain is something else that a lot of time people worry about quite a bit, because with gain comes noise. And I want to show you this noise reduction. Now, YoloLiv talks quite a bit about their noise reduction on this camera. And this camera itself, I think it does an immaculate job. This is a 1/2.8-inch sensor. It's actually smaller than the sensor that's being used on my wide angle shot that you see back there. And that's an important thing to know. Usually small sensors come with a lot of noise. And I want you to check this out. When we turn off the noise reduction, even right here, you can see there's very little noise, but that's because we're lit up really, really bright. Well, I want to go ahead and show you just how much noise is actually in the image when we turn off all the main lighting. Now this is a really cool thing, right? And you're getting it ready to see. This is on manual. We just put it in manual for you. So now you can see all the noise that's kind of in that shot. Now look at that, right? That's really good, even as it's coming back into focus. So let's bump back out of this menu, go back up to exposure, and then adjust the exposure once again so that we have the gain that's required. We're gonna do a synchronization, 1/30th of a second, and now we're gonna adjust our gain up. Okay, now I wanna adjust really high, okay? Now that the gain's adjusted really high, look at how it's all jumping and everything around in the shadows. Okay, now this is where the most beautiful thing happens. YoloLiv has done a great job. Check out, once we turn that compensation for the noise reduction on, look at that. Gone. Now, you might say, Rob, we've got a color shift now that it's all dark. We actually don't. I just have not adjusted for turning the lights off in the white balance, and I'm not gonna do that right now because I wanna go back to, of course, what we were working at before. So I just want you to see that. And although in this lower light, it seems like we've got our autofocus, it's really catching up right here. It's very snappy. I'll keep my hand down for right now. But we've got this backlit situation. So I'm actually gonna come over here and on the menu, I'm gonna push backlit. And when you push backlit, it actually will adjust for that backlit situation right there. We have a little bit of an adjustment coming through. In this instance, we're gonna do one additional thing. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything back to where we should. So let's go ahead and show you what that looks like over here. So as we get everything set back up, okay, look at that. You can't tell me that that's not great. So guys, I really have enjoyed using this camera. I cannot wait to share this camera with you over at CES 2023, January 5th through the 8th in Las Vegas. It's gonna be quite a bit of fun. I also wanna show you this wide shot just again so that it's nice. And this time I'm gonna give you this shot too so that you can just see just how close and zoomed up we can get. So right now you're actually looking at the camera and it's 12 times zoom from where we are. That is a super telephoto. So think about this for just one moment. If you happen to have this camera pointed straight down, you'd be able to get a really, really cool wide shot or detail shot of something that you are working with overhead. And because the camera's made to be mounted on any flat surface or a tripod or a mounting table, you can use this really however you want. Quite a bit of fun and I like it a lot. I think this image is beautiful. Guys, I'm Robert Ham with Robert Ham Photography, a practicing real wedding photographer here in Virginia Beach and Hampton Roads. Come check me out with YoloLiv. Not just to mention the VertiCam, but the InStream, the YoloLiv, the YoloBox Pro, the YoloBox Max, the YoloMax, the YoloBox Mini, all of the different YoloLiv products at CES 2023 in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Venetian Sands Expo. Catch you guys on the flip side. Bye for now.